We are live. How are you?
Hold on. I think I just need headphones in.
Try that.
Okay.
Alrighty. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let me turn down the volume on my end. You're coming in loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay. Testing.
Yep. Can hear you.
All right. Welcome
Thanks.
to the Eager to Be Healthy podcast. To, today on our podcast we have one of our healthy bees, Samantha. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Now, you sent me this really nice email with a bunch of questions, so I
Hmm.
decided to reach out to you and answer these questions on air. Do you still have that email with you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Um, so we're going to address that email. I'll answer all your questions live on the podcast,
Hmm.
and if you have any more questions at the end, we can address those as well.
Okay. Awesome.
Now, before we get going, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Uh, and uh, and why you're eager to be healthy.
Well, I'm 20 years old. I go to UMBC for university, and I'm a junior majoring in biology. And I'm really eager to be healthy because my dad's actually had a lot of he's had 2 heart attacks, and he actually passed away last year because of it. So it's really important to me not to go through that as well.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm hearing that live from a lot of my friends though, and
Yeah.
I can definitely um, as you know, my is fighting with diabetes right now, so um, yeah. It's a challenge, and I'm glad, and it makes us stronger for dealing with it. So,
Yeah.
do you have any more things you'd like to tell our audience about yourself? What any hobbies, any things that your health allows you to do?
Oh yeah. I really enjoy swimming and hiking, running. I've really gotten into that the past year and a half, and just anything being outside. I just enjoy it a lot.
Cool. All right, so let's get into business. That way we can allow you to celebrate the Fourth of July. I know some communities are having fireworks. I like to get done before that so you can watch it. Okay.
Thanks.
Uh,
Okay.
so why don't you start?
Okay. Well, I've been hearing a lot about color runs, and I even heard of like a spin-off about electric runs. And I was just wondering if you've heard about any other activities like that to make running more fun and enjoyable.
Okay. Good question. I like it. Uh, best way. We all grow up really quick, and sometimes we forget that we were once kids. And one thing a kid will always teach you is how to play. Okay? So,
Yeah.
do you have a dog?
No, I used to.
Okay. Well, okay. Do you have friends?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever played Ultimate Frisbee?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever played tag?
Yes.
Have you ever
Big time.
played with your have you ever played with your cousins, your nieces, and you know those childhood games that maybe we're a little too old, but we still enjoy playing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I get it.
think about that. Okay,
Hmm.
when it comes to running, there's two purposes for running. So actually three in
Hmm.
my book. Okay,
Okay.
one um, is survival. Okay,
Yeah.
someone's meaning to hurt you and you want to get away from them. That's one way, okay?
Hmm.
Now the next one is competition. sports, football, basketball, uh, baseball, all those sports give you a purpose for running, and in that purpose, it makes a running fun because it's competition. But the most important, the one we all forget as adults, is play. Okay,
Mhm.
we have to unlock our inner 12-year-old. Okay,
Okay.
we have to toss the ball around. We have to throw frisbees. We have to uh, spend time with our pets in our life. We have to uh, just you know just goof around. And that's the whole purpose of these color runs, these electric runs, because in a way it takes uh, a relatively serious race and puts obstacles and interesting play items in it and
Yeah.
then adds competition. But really, anytime you have 5 minutes and a childlike attitude, you could
Mhm.
just play
Yeah.
and just have fun. Okay?
Gotcha.
Next question.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of people that don't really like to work out or go to the gym, and I was just wondering if you have any tips about looking forward to it instead of dreading it.
Okay. Have I ever told you my policy on gyms?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. The only reason I go to a gym is for networking. Okay.
Okay.
So, um, I got 99% of my weight loss without exercise. You can
Awesome.
get a lot of weight loss without exercise.
Mhm.
The trick is, okay,
Yeah.
is is knowing how to eat. But and the next trick is once you know how to eat, is all the small opportunities you can have what I call non-exercise activity, or
Mhm.
you can go to a class. And I recommend yoga, Pilates, and walking as my
Mhm.
primary um, get healthy, lose weight exercises. Cardio in the gym, running on the treadmill, you're really not getting your bang for your buck with that. Uh, ex- uh, um, Exercising just for exercising, I don't see the benefit of it. Now, if you have a job and it is physical, do stuff to make yourself stronger for that job so you can do it with less injury. But that's just your daily, everyday activity from doing the job. Um, what you really should be focusing your exercise time for are things that are fun. Okay?
Gotcha.
Back to your first question,
Mhm.
play. Okay? So,
Yeah.
do you like playing baseball? Play
Yeah.
join a baseball team. Do you like golf? Play golf. If you like soccer, play soccer. If you if you want to learn a Brazilian jiu-jitsu, join a Brazilian jiu-jitsu team. Okay, but the thing is, you're getting pleasure from the activity you choose first. Oh, and then the activity just is what you're doing, and then you become fit afterwards.
Okay.
Okay,
That's good.
so um, so let's say we're not doing playtime activities,
Mhm.
taking the stairs instead of taking elevator, 2 3 flights, no big deal.
Mhm.
You can I actually race the elevator. Okay, uh, when you go to Walmart, I like my car. Okay, I don't want shopping carts to hit in, so
Mhm.
I go to the highest part of the parking lot and walk into the store. When I get out of the store, I find one, I get out in and out of the parking lot a lot easier, and
Mhm.
two, my car is less dented. Um, uh, you know, just taking walks, okay? Just
Mhm.
walking to the corner store, just um, uh, whatever, just basically any excuse you have to play, okay?
Mhm.
Any excuse you say, hmm, it's only across the street. I think I'll walk. Or, um, and that's really all you need. We we spend way too much time in a gym, and there's many times you get active outside of the gym. But if you want, if you want quality exercise and you want to have a good uh, time and you want the biggest bang for your buck,
Mhm.
join a good yoga gym or a good yoga studio or Pilates studio. If you take yoga, look for a studio that does slow poses
Mhm.
um, in in a heated room. I find that gives me the best bang for the buck, the biggest reward, and even though you're going to be sweating a lot more, um, I feel the best, and that's important. Okay,
Mhm.
and
Um,
well, just for your reference, the
yeah.
gym, the style of yoga that often comes up that does heated rooms and slow poses is Bikram. There's other styles like that, but I like Bikram because there's no inversions. Um, it really straightens my spine.
Mhm.
I get a good heat shock, and then it does some amazing things to my uh, 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 the the internal chemistry of my body. And the heat shock proteins, it's a whole other science that I am just starting to get into. So
Gotcha.
we will move on to your next question.
Okay. My next one is like as a student, I know a lot of people that reward themselves with candy or fast food for like doing something they don't really want to do, whether it be like studying or some chore. And I was wondering if you know of any ways to like combat it or replace it with a healthier option that's just as good.
Well, the reward, the burn to earn philosophy
Mhm.
is why exercise first often fails. Okay, people will use their MyFitnessPal, lose the other app, and they'll be tracking the calories like crazy. They'll be tracking the exercise like crazy,
Mhm.
and then they're like, "Gee, I got 1,500 calories to spend. I'm going to have insert reward."
Mhm.
And then you basically consume any of the benefit you had. Um, I focus more on learning, teaching people how to improve their fat metabolisms, their stabilizes sugar, and also improves the digestion. Not in that order. Okay,
Okay.
maintaining learning how to manage your blood sugar is the first thing you need to learn. Okay, and sometimes that involves there's techniques to do it. Eating more slowly digest vegetables with high phytonutrients, it helps. Okay,
Mhm.
having a healthy amount of saturated fat in your diet helps. Okay, staying away from industrial oils like canola or soy or corn. Stay away from those three. That helps. Um, Other things will help. Just staying away from a prepackaged food loaded with preservatives. That will help. Okay,
Mhm.
and when that helps, you're now more in a more balanced life. Okay, now for first two about 3 months, I have my
Mhm.
clients on a stricter program. But once we get beyond that 3 months and basically taught them proper blood sugar management, we then try to enable them to have the foods they love strategically throughout the week. Okay,
Okay.
so one thing I love, okay, it's chocolate. Okay,
Yeah.
so now at this point we have better blood sugar management,
Mhm.
and your sweetness bias is probably a little bit less sweet. So when your extra dark chocolate will taste much more perfect. And so we can introduce those in. We if you do shakes, you can combine raw cacao um, nibs, and you put it into your shake, and
Mhm.
now you have, let's say, your banana, your raw cacao for chocolate, and whatever else you would add into it. Let's say. Yeah, it could be anything from spirulina to protein. It really doesn't matter. But now you have chocolate in your life. Um, there is a product that I recommend for people to love ice cream. Okay,
Mhm.
it's um it's so delicious. Makes this frozen treat. It's it's made with coconut cream, and so you get all the fat that you would get from normal ice cream. You
Okay.
would then get the mouthfeel from, full fat ice cream. But
Mhm.
you also get the medium train triglycerides from the coconut oil. And here's a cool thing. It tastes just as sweet as, let's say, your hood ice cream, and it has sugar in it, but it's a third the calories. Okay,
Oh.
okay, and
Mhm.
it tastes good. It's at the right price point. It's a lot better than all these low fat, uh, low sugar ice creams that taste like cardboard. Okay, so
Okay.
we just what we have to do really, okay, is
Mhm.
we have to focus on making some hard lifestyle choices in the beginning. Once
Mhm.
we taught you the basics, my next job is to get you the foods you love back in your life. Okay? And
Mhm.
sometimes that's teaching you how to bake. Sometimes that's teaching you where to buy your chocolate. Sometimes that's um, learning learning how to make a nougat or flan so you can have a healthier version of it that you can control the ingredients. But then there's no splurging because
Mhm.
we're going to put little treats throughout your life, especially if your weight's going down. So um, your willpower stays strong for the things that are really important. Okay,
Okay.
and what really is important for you is different than what's really important for me. But that's
Mhm.
why people work with a coach. Okay,
Yeah.
next
Okay.
question.
I wanted to know what ways you know of that can make cooking healthier meals like easier and more fun instead of just going to fast food for a quick fix.
uh, so as you know, in building or maybe you don't, in building this business, I
Mhm.
had to work 3 jobs. Okay,
Oh wow.
that's plus all the marketing, all the schooling, all the
Mhm.
reading, all the blogging. I've I've been a very busy bee. Okay,
Yeah.
pun intended. Okay,
Okay.
uh, so um, so there's a lot of things I've done to survive that. Okay,
Mhm.
um, and which makes me uniquely qualified to do this
Mhm.
because let's face it, most of my clients have busy lives and sometimes they have to make choices,
Mhm.
and some of those choices might be less than ideal when you, especially if you're working with, you have to be perfect coaching. Okay,
Mhm.
we're human beings, we are imperfect. Okay,
Yeah.
we will do so the trick is to educate my clients and my friends and my loved ones
Mhm.
on ways we can survive in traveling with jumping from picking up the kids and going to work and making dinner and how to shop without getting hungry. And
Mhm.
sometimes that might involve uh, a healthy meal replacement. And there's very few meal replacements I recommend, but
Mhm.
there are some. Okay.
Okay.
And when you have that meal replacement, it helps you manage your blood sugar, and it allows you to survive and, if not thrive, to the time you have to cook a healthy meal. Okay. Um, Ways I manage my time and eat healthy. One is plan ahead. Okay. So what I'll do is um, we have this butcher in town. I live out in Western Mass called Arnold's, and it's one of my go-to places for uh, meat. It's not perfect, but they do have what I call chicken breast. They're not cutlets. They're more like chicken breast fingers. They're
Mhm.
just like a chicken breast cut in six, and then and then and then put in a bag. What I'll do is I will cook all that chicken 90% of the way, and
Okay.
then when I'm ready to make a salad or make a quick meal, I
Mhm.
can take some cold ingredients, warm up the chicken, put it on top. Okay. Convenience proteins. My convenience proteins are sardines, hard-boiled eggs, tuna, um, sometimes uh, tofu, but I really tend to avoid soy because if you're eating any meal replacements, you're getting way too much soy in the first place,
Mhm.
and um, you can you can add those in various degrees, and you can take a salad, you can add some protein, and you're good to go. Um, Healthy snacks. I combine my go-to snack is taking a firm vegetable. It could be common ones are celery and carrots, and then taking a quality natural nut butter and either spreading it on or dipping it on,
Mhm.
and then you get some protein from the nut, you get some fats from the nut, you get some phytonutrients from the vegetables, and that's a quick a snack. And it survived me when I was working six. It helped me survive working 60 hours a week, and it wasn't just at one job. It was total of working at 2 or 3 jobs.
Mhm.
And there's all these little ways of planning ahead. Make a chili in your slow cooker.
Mhm.
Um, One of the cheat foods I recommend to my clients is a rotisserie chicken. Okay.
Mhm.
Now there's additives, there's flavors in it, but the level of additives in there is a lot less than Big Mac. It's less than Boston Market. It's less than a Wendy salad. And
Mhm.
then you can take that and you can take the chicken and then you can add maybe some frozen vegetables and maybe a quarter of a sweet potato, and then you have a dinner. Okay.
Okay.
um, or you can have half of an acorn squash and something else. All of these ways are relatively low effort ways to prepare a meal
Mhm.
and still have a healthy lifestyle. Now there'll be more recipes as we're moving to a more recipe centric database on a website. So keep tuned to both michaeleagerhealthcoach.com and eagertobehealthy.com. And we'll be posting recipes to both those blogs. Okay? Any other questions?
I did have one about I've been going to a lot of like baseball games, and obviously like there's always some sport in season, and when you go, there's so many like really bad options to choose from and barely any healthy ones. So I wanted to know what you think is a good idea to do so you're not sitting there feeling guilty as you watch other people exercise.
Okay. Well, now you're underage, right? You're 20.
Yeah, I'm 20.
Am I correct? Okay.
Mhm.
So you the only thing I indulge at a sports game, ready,
Yeah.
is a quality not beer. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
when I go to a sports game, all my calories are spent on beer. And I only have one or two, okay?
Okay.
Now, I have a snack before the game, I have a snack after the game. But
Mhm.
really, they don't have salads at the game. They
Yeah.
don't have carrots. They
Mhm.
don't have, you could have a hot dog without the bun. That's okay. You could have a hamburger without the bun. That's okay.
Mhm.
But really, you're spending a lot of money for a hamburger or a hot dog without the bun. What you could do is meet your friends before the game
Mhm.
and set up a little tailgate and have some shish kebabs.
Yeah.
And or you can go to a healthier restaurant and have something before the game. Trust me, you'll end up saving money.
Yeah.
Go to the game, have a well, I'll have a beer, you'll have water.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry.
It's
Next year
okay.
you can have a beer with me. Um, and that's really all I spend. That's really all I spend my money with. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
because the popcorn. I mean, and when there's no good choices, I choose something I really want,
Mhm.
and so it's typically a microbrew beer. And then afterwards, um, I might go and get a fast food salad without the croutons,
Mhm.
and and I might uh, and that'll be my dinner. Okay.
Okay.
So next question.
Um, I was wondering if you had any tips for students trying to avoid the dreaded freshman 15.
Okay.
Heard a lot about it.
Well, the freshman 15 is really a sign that you got away from the food that you used to be eating and you start eating a lot of convenience foods. These foods tend to be much more processed, much more grain based, um, with a lot more preservatives.
Mhm.
Now, I'm starting to see the freshman 15 is less of an issue today. That's
Yeah.
not as much of an issue as the students eating healthier. It's the fact that we're not cooking at home. So the weight gain is already on beforehand.
Gotcha.
So um, things now when you go to school, that's your first real chance to have freedom.
Mhm.
And so if you lived in a home that you were making healthy choices, offered you more um, vegetables, more quality proteins, more home cooked meals, and then you go to something with a lot of Cisco.
Mhm.
Buns and breaded chicken and loaded with preservative and pizza
Yeah.
and yeah, um, and then you go from a relatively well-rounded diet to a more a grain-based diet. You're going to put on weight. So if you
Mhm.
have a school with a salad bar, take advantage of it. Okay,
Okay.
especially if you have a all-you-can-eat plan.
Mhm.
Um, uh, uh, Low cost foods that you can have in your dorm with a good shelf life, okay? You
Mhm.
can get tuna, you can get sardines, you can get carrots, you can get let's see, you can you, you can those are just examples right there. You can
Mhm.
get a quality natural peanut butter. And all these, okay, makes
Mhm.
a really good natural peanut butter. I
Oh.
and I like it because the fat they use in it
Mhm.
has is a source of MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides, and that's really good for your brain.
Okay.
Um, and you can dry beans are a good source. Just soak them before you cook.
Mhm.
There's more. You just follow the blog, follow the podcast, check the recipes on the websites, and more ideas will come. But
Mhm.
just eat. Try to. The freshman 15 is you're filling up with starches more than anything else. So try to focus on getting more vegetables. Raw is preferred. Okay,
Mhm.
leafy greens are excellent sources of protein. Avocados are excellent sources of healthy fat and protein. Get those in your diet.
Gotcha.
Um, um, Try to stay away from the processed protein, your lunch meats, your chicken patties, your hot dogs, and go to something more that looks actually like I mean, even chicken legs are healthier than a chicken patty. Eat, you can a steak is healthier than a hot dog. Okay, get
Mhm.
quality protein in your life. Hard-boiled eggs. Well, there's a good source, a cheap source of calories that you can have with a long shelf life. Once you boil the egg, it keeps for a long time. So all of those things allow you to have some food in your dorm, so you can uh, deal with your avoid calling for takeout,
Mhm.
and also the focus on having more vegetables. And that's really half your plate should be vegetables, okay?
Mhm.
And I just like the taste of raw vegetables. Now you can have cooked vegetables, but I find that you get more digestive help, especially with the leafy vegetables and the carrots and the root vegetables if you eat raw. The few things you shouldn't eat too much raw is it's cauliflower, kale, and spinach. Okay,
Okay.
and oh yeah, uh, lima beans. But really, are we eating lima beans? No, lima
No.
beans are gross. Okay,
Yeah.
let's eat let's eat vegetables that taste good. Okay,
Definitely.
and don't remind us of when they said you have to finish your plate. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
all right, moving on.
I think that was all my questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have any new questions that you thought of during during this recording?
Well, yeah. I guess regarding the last one, for I think it was kale and the cauliflower and everything. Like, why shouldn't you eat that raw?
Okay. So uh, there are chemicals called goitrogens
Mhm.
in the family. Um, I think it's carnivorous. I will have to if it's if it's I might have to correct that, but yeah, it's a so kale,
Mhm.
cauliflower, spinach
Mhm.
are uh, are some of the highest containing uh, sources of goitrogens. Now, goitrogens will will land on your thyroid
Mhm.
and will make it very difficult for you to produce uh, the proper amount of thyroid hormone, and will actually um, enlarge your thyroid.
Gotcha.
And a large thyroid is not a good thing.
Mhm.
So you want to minimize those. Like regular like romaine lettuce, fine. Regular red lettuce, fine.
Mhm.
Iceberg lettuce, I'm not a big fan of because I don't think it's tasty. But yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, virtually any lettuce is fine. Just those, that family is what most people overindulge in. Okay,
Mhm.
because those is like kale is supposedly the healthy, like a spinach salad. You can have that, and they taste good. But
Yeah.
you have to realize if you're eating only spinach salads,
Mhm.
you could have an issue. Okay, if you have one spinach salad because it tastes good, no big deal. If you're having uh, three a day, you got issue. Okay,
Mhm.
um, if you're eating some raw cauliflower at the party, no big deal. If you're eating, if you're eating a whole, 3 or 4 plates of raw cauliflower a day, you
Mhm.
have an issue. Okay, and so you just have to be you just have to know the chemistry of the food. But overall, raw vegetables are better, especially if you get multiple sources of it. Um, and because they give you the phytochemicals, the phytonutrients that allow you to fight cancer. They give you the fiber and surprisingly a good deal of protein. Now it's low levels of protein, but it's
Hmm.
spread out. So you do get protein from vegetables. Okay,
Okay.
and one of the reasons most vegans feel on a vegan diet is they eat too much pasta and bread and rice and not enough vegetables, okay?
Hmm.
And especially leafy green vegetables, all right?
Okay.
And unless you come up with any more questions, something I could clarify, let me know.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. It was a blast to have you on this recording, Samantha. Is there anything you want to promote or wish to our listeners that uh, um, you, you do it now?
No, I guess that's it. Just thanks for having me on, and I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Doesn't get too drunk or anything.
And
Yeah.
who's your favorite team?
Baseball or football?
Well, I said favorite team. I didn't say
Okay,
favorite
well,
sport.
my favorite sport's football, so I'm from Maryland, so it's definitely the Ravens. I think you know my
Oh,
least favorite from that too.
yeah. One of these days I'll have you meet my friend Heather down that way. She's a big Ravens fan,
Awesome.
and I lost the bet over the last Raven and Patriot match. So,
Um,
um, yeah, I I won. She won one beer, and then I lost another beer. So,
Equals out.
I owed her a beer, so it all worked out.
Yeah.
So anyway, go Pats, and have a and once again, we invite you to visit the blog. Okay, eagertobehealthy.com. Uh, sign up to be eager be at eagertobehealthy.com/podcast, and and do whatever it takes to enjoy life and have more fun. And while you're at it, be healthy. Have a great day.
You too.